Hey guys, it's Ray here, and well, believe it or not, I'm actually at my office, even though a lot of people are locked in at home. I work by myself in an office building where apparently every other person in the office building is afraid to be here, so I'm totally alone, so I guess I'm safe, at least for the moment. And since I'm safe, I decided to bring in a very good friend of mine who he's had a lot of changes in his life as well, along with all of the changes that all of us are having. It's our good friend Brett Rattecki, and he's going to be talking to us today about how you can start to make $300 a day. That's your goal, $300 a day, and that's a pretty good little living. So Brett, welcome onto the show. Glad to have you on here.
Hey Ray, thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I know you're locked in your house, and I'm locked between the office and my home, and hopefully neither of us are getting sick anytime soon, but you know, a lot of people out there, their bank accounts are getting sick, and I think it's time for us to help them to be able to fill up those coffers again, even if they're not able to get to work. So you want to tell us a little bit about your new $300 a day program and how it works and why they should be excited about this?
Yeah, so $300 a day is basically about affiliate marketing. Now, I know a lot of times people hear affiliate marketing and they get all these like weird things in their head, start thinking about like Amazon products and stuff like that. But honestly, affiliate marketing is one of the best ways to make money online. And the reason I love affiliate marketing so much is that you don't need a product. You don't need to do support. You don't need to do updates. You don't need to ship anything. You just facilitate that sale and then you earn a commission. Now, the problem that people have, though, is that word facilitate. Like, what does that mean? You know, it means you bring a customer to the product. That's all you got to do. And the best thing about affiliate marketing is that it actually is a lot easier than you think once you realize how to do it. So affiliate marketing is generally building up a really small following. When I say really small, I mean 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people, a small following of people that trust you and that will follow your recommendations. So the thing that most people get wrong is that what you need to focus on initially is building up that following. And that's what I teach in $300 a day, how to build up that following and then how to capitalize that on that following in an ethical way. So did you ever see people like going around and this is what I see people doing most of the time. They want to be an affiliate marketer and they go to Facebook groups and they start posting, they're like, make $500 tomorrow, right? And they post that to like all the Facebook groups, or they go to blogs and they post it on the comment section of the blogs, or they start putting it on, you know, their Facebook page or whatever, or, you know, they comment. I've seen people doing that in YouTube comments. So like they're going to YouTube comments, make $500 tomorrow, make, you know, lose 50 pounds tomorrow. And you know what? I'm going to tell everybody a secret. This is what annoys me about that. Not only that it's spam, but what actually annoys me about it is that it doesn't work.
Nope.
You're doing it for nothing. Okay. Imagine if you're in a group of people. There's a group of people down the road and you walk up to that group of people and you start screaming, hey guys, check this out. You should buy this. What's going to happen? Everybody's going to look at you and be like, dude, go away. Right? That's what you're doing when you start spam commenting and putting your link all over the place to people that know you. You're walking into a group that you're not a part of, a group that you weren't invited to, and you're screaming that people should buy something. What you really want is to be the one with the group and then say, hey guys, you know, while we're here talking, I just want to tell you about something. You should maybe check this out. I think it might help you out. That's the guy that makes the affiliate sales, the guy with the group, not the guy barging into the group. So what $300 a day is teaches people how to make that group, how to get that following. Because once you get that following, affiliate marketing only becomes a matter of saying, hey man, maybe you should check this out.
Yep.
And that's all there is to it. We all hear about those people saying, I made money today and I only worked 10 minutes, right? I 100% guarantee you I could make $300 by dinner time in less time than it takes for us to have this conversation. Why? Because I built that following, and all I have to do is say, hey, you should check this out. So that's what $300 a day teaches. It teaches you how to build that following and then how to market to them.
So the difference there is the difference between hosting a Tupperware party or just crashing a random party is the difference there, I think. And you're absolutely right. You know, today, as an example, I have not promoted a product today. I did send out an email saying I was going to be interviewing you, and that that there's a webinar coming at the end of the week that people should take a look at. But I didn't promote any products today, and I'm already at I think last time I checked was about 229 for the day. I haven't promoted anything. I haven't done anything today other than send an email out to a new client that has nothing to do with internet marketing, and we're already at over $200 for the day on a day where I didn't plan on necessarily making money. I wasn't promoting something specifically to make money, but it still comes in like that. And that's exactly what you're talking about. When you've got a following and you start to recommend things, people will follow through. I get sales of products from months ago that still come in. A great example of that, Thumbnail Blaster was a YouTube thumbnail software. I get sales of that all the time still, and it's been months since I've even mentioned the name. So it's definitely, you build that following, you can get a lot of sales. So let's talk a little. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's talk a little bit about the actual product itself and what people can expect. I know a lot of people are, they're kind of holding onto their money tight right now and not sure what's going to happen. But I think, as I've said in a couple of my emails lately, this is the time where you either invest in yourself or you fall behind. It's these times of lull. If you think of when we've had housing crashes, that's when the smart people bought houses at low prices and saw them go up. This is the time when if you spend a little bit, you educate yourself, you build something, well then when you start to come out of this, you're going to have that following, you're going to be able to do that. So tell us a little bit about the actual program and how they're going to benefit from that.
Yeah, well, actually, before I get into that, what you said is something I really want to touch on, because I actually considered, with all the stuff that's going on, if I should delay releasing this, right?
Yep.
And then I started thinking to myself, no, I shouldn't. People have the time. People are sitting around. You guys could say I'm social distancing myself. I'm working from my bedroom. People have free time. So why not give them the ability to capitalize on that free time and start, being profitable with that free time? So with $300 a day, though, it's a combination. I'm a software developer. That's what I actually did before I got into marketing. So there's almost always a software with my products. So it's a combination of training and a software. I like to give people the training and the tools. I don't like to give them just half the deal. Okay. So the training teaches people how to build up your following using the software and using the things that are given to you in the software. Once you build up your following and start to build it up, it trains you, it teaches you how to interact with that following. So it's not good enough to have a following. It's not good enough to just meet a group of people. You have to be able to build a little bit of a relationship with them, get a little repertoire with them. And the training teaches you how to do that. Finally, the training teaches you how to use the software to make sales to that following. So once you go ahead and you got that following, you built it up, you got a little repertoire with them, that's when it gets to the point where you can start saying, look, let's go ahead and recommend products to them. Let's give them bonuses. Let's give them extras, which are provided in the software. And let's get them to buy things from us. And that's where you can go ahead and start making money.
Nice. And, I think it's very clever, the $300 a day. And a lot of people don't think about that, but mathematically, that's, I believe, just over $100,000 a year at $300 a day. It's like 107 or something. I can't even remember, but I know like $277 is $100,000 a year. So this is now over that.
Yeah, that's actually that's what the reason where that name came from is when I first got started, that was my goal. Now I've passed that goal years ago, but when I got started, that was my goal, because I thought
mine too. By the way, that was mine.
I thought $100,000 a year was like so much money. Like I live in an area where the average person is making like $32,000, $33,000 an hour. We're in rural Pennsylvania. I live in a small town, and the concept of, especially 7, 8 years ago, the concept of making $100,000 just seemed like a lot to me. I was like, oh my god. So I was like, I wanted to make $300 a day, because if I could do that, I'm making $100,000 a year, and then I'm going to be in the the 6-figure group. So that was my goal. And I think that's a really good, realistic goal for people. I mean, a lot of times I didn't want to show, I'll be honest, I make way more than $300 a day, but I didn't want to show people this huge number. And then maybe if they don't hit it, they get, a little discouraged. Like if I say, $1,000 a day, I didn't want to make it seem like the goal's too big. I thought $300 a day was a reasonable goal for me. And I think it's a reasonable goal for other people just getting started as well. Because 6 figures a year is no joke.
No, not at all. Especially the way things are going now. If you can keep that going, that's going to be, for at least a little while, that's going to be a pretty good thing. And what I love about that is it is attainable. It's not something that's so far out there that people get discouraged at, and it's not so low that people don't put in the effort. I know a lot of things say, oh, $100 a day, and $100 a day is great. And by the way, if you jump in on something like this and you only make $100 extra a day, you're probably going to be pretty happy with that too, compared to, making nothing a day right now. So if you can get $100 a day, you might be happy, but $300 a day is the goal. It is achievable. And that's what I really like about this. And the fact that it's, training and software that gets them through that is a wonderful thing. And you want to talk a little bit about what people, can sell? Like what are they, as an affiliate marketer, what are they going to be mostly doing? And obviously they can choose a variety of things, but...
So I'll be honest, and I teach people what I do. So I sell digital products. I use the JVZoo network. I'm actually one of the top 1% affiliates on JVZoo. I've done millions of dollars in sales on JVZoo, and I sell JVZoo products. I sell digital products, and that's what I tell people to sell. That's what I teach people to sell is digital products on JVZoo. And there's a really specific reason why I do that. So when I first got started, I was looking for ways to make money online, just like everybody else. I was actually on the Warrior Forum. Before I ever did a sale in my life, I was on the Warrior Forum reading stuff, paying attention to stuff. I'll be honest, I didn't buy a lot of products because I didn't have any money to buy products. I was recently divorced. A lot of times people say, I spent $10,000 on stuff myself. I didn't because I didn't have any money anyway. But I did do a lot of reading, scrolling through forums for hours and hours. I was recently divorced. I was sad. I had a bunch of free time. And I started thinking about affiliate marketing, and I started looking at things like Amazon and stuff like that. And I realized that those weren't the programs for me. So Amazon, for example, I can go ahead and I can sell a $300 laptop on Amazon, and they'll give me $12.
Yep.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty bad. I don't want to do that. Or I can go ahead and I can get, HostGator. HostGator had an affiliate program. And I can go ahead and I can get a new customer to HostGator that's paying $19.95 a month for hosting. And HostGator will give me $50. Yep. Okay, well, that's better. $50 is better. But you know what? They're getting $19.95 a month. And they're getting it forever, and they're only paying me $50. I'm still getting screwed. I'm doing all the work, and they're going to make money forever, and I'm only going to get $50.
Yeah.
And then I realized came across like JVZoo, and I started reading about it. I'm like, 50% commission, 60% commission, 100% commission. I'm like, I sell this digital product, and they're going to give me all the money. Sweet.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, they'll give me half the money. Well, that sounds pretty good. If it's a monthly product, they'll give me half the money forever.
Yep.
Well, that's a good deal and the reason is digital products really don't have a lot of overhead. When somebody writes a WordPress plugin or software and they sell it, they write it once, they have a one-time cost, and they don't have ongoing costs, so they can afford to pay these high commissions. And I thought to myself, well, look, what's the difference between selling a digital product or selling hosting or selling a physical product on Amazon? At their core, the three things are the same. Well, if I'm going to do the same thing no matter what, I'm going to pick the one that pays me the most.
Yep.
That's why I sell digital products in JVZoo, and that's what I teach people.
Yep, me too. And our stories are very similar. I started with Warrior Forum, and what happened was I picked up a couple of products that were like $7. Learn how to do this YouTube thing for $7, and I went through them and I realized, wow, this thing's terrible. I already do better stuff than this, and so I decided I'm going to show somebody how I do it, and that's what immediately took off, and started to build that audience that we talked about earlier. It was a small audience, I think maybe 300 people. I got like a 300-person audience, and started to mail them and started to make some money, and realized, whoa, this could actually work, and it just kept snowballing and snowballing and snowballing from there. And one thing to mention, we talked about $300 a day, $100,000 a year. When we're in affiliate marketing, that's the money that you get to keep, by the way. And that's an important thing to understand. If you went out and you opened a convenience store and you did $1 million in sales, guess what? You don't get that $1 million. You get the profit part of that $1 million. Well, when you're doing a JVZoo thing and you sell something for $30 and you get $15, you see that $15 come in. That's all yours. Now, yeah, you've got maybe you've got hosting for your website, maybe you use an email marketing program or whatever, but you're keeping all that yourself. And yes, there are some expenses here and there, but that money stays with you. So what you make is your money. There's no splitting it out and whatnot, which is a really nice thing.
And what I love about that is when you're an affiliate for like a digital product, like I just sold a product for Cheryl Gupta. I made $3,000.
Yep.
That was before they then it gave me extra money because they have performance bonuses. And then they say, oh, look, we're going to give you half the money. And then since you sold so much, yeah, I'll give you an extra grand.
Right.
You know, and that, I'm not saying that you're not going to, it's going to be some time until you get to that point. But that's where you end up. And what the great thing is, I don't have to do any of the work. Serial's the one handling the software. Serial's the one keeping that server running. Serial's the one right now dealing with customers and talking to them and doing support. Serial's the one that's going to do updates forever. I didn't do anything, and I took half his money. How is that not a bad deal?
Yeah, no, that's a great deal, and I promoted that and did quite well on that one as well. And what's exciting about all of it is that anybody can do this. I've seen people online who say, well, I'm this, so nobody's going to buy from me, or I don't talk well, or I'm not good on camera, or oh, nobody buys from women, or whatever it happens to be. You can do this. Anybody can do this. We know people from India making millions of dollars because of this type of stuff. We know people in all sorts of parts of the world where you might think, how are they going to do this? And they make millions. You can do it. Anybody, believe me, if Brett and I can do it, Brett's got more skills because he can at least do, software. But if Brett and I can do this and make money doing it, how is there anybody that can't?
That's what I tell people. Look, I work from my bedroom. Okay. I'm kind of ugly, and I got an abrasive personality. If I can do it and be a top guy, I guarantee anybody can at least make $300 a day. And I can't guarantee that legally, by the way. But I guarantee you that I believe anybody can do it if I can.
Well, I would say if you put in the work, you can do it. Now, this is the big issue that I see all the time is, people will get into IM or they'll get into whatever because somebody teaches them something, but they only get into it for a day or two. They don't make $100 the first day, and then they walk away from it. And what I've discovered is that, most of the things that you see out there, and there are some scams out there, of course, and we've called out a few people for those things, but most of the products that are out there, they work. The people that developed them because they worked on it and they used it for themselves. But you've got to put in the time and effort. Somebody comes out with a magic software, it's because they've been using it for 2 years, and now they're releasing it to you, and if you give it 2 days, what are you going to get out of it? Maybe you will. There's been a couple of products I've made money on day one, but it's rare. You've got to put in time, effort, and build things up in order for that to work. You've got to have a commitment. Right now is the perfect time to commit on something because you're probably stuck at home doing nothing other than watching a crazy tiger guy. So
that's it. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I do want to be clear with people, because I show income proof. I talk about money and stuff. And I want everybody to understand, I'm not doing that to trick you or anything like that. I'm doing that to inspire you. And the reason I'm trying to inspire you is because I want to be clear. $300 a day or pretty much anything that I sell or create is not a get rich quick program. I mean, if you're hoping that you can buy something, press a couple of buttons and make $100, then just go buy a lottery ticket. I mean, you'll be better off. But if you want to buy something and follow it and it works, if you work it, then that's great. But you're not going to make $100,000 a year just because you paid me $27. You're going to make $100,000 a year because you paid me $27. And followed what I told you and actually put in a little bit of effort.
Yep.
Doctors don't become doctors because they paid the university money. They become doctors because they went to class and learned.
And they did it for years. And that's the big thing. I think back to how I finally became successful, with all of this. And really it came down to, one was that story I told earlier about, hey, I can tell you more about YouTube than this thing did. And he's charging $7 for a PDF. And I put together a course and I was able to sell it and get those 300 people. And I didn't make much money. I made a little bit of money. But then the next one, all of a sudden it blew up and we made a ton of money. And then it just kept going from there. And we started to mail those people. But it wasn't until I actually committed. And I sat down and I said, okay, what do we want to do? What is our goal? Well, the goal is $300 a day. How are we going to get there? And then I said, this is what we're going to do. And by this date, we're going to be at $300 a day. And by this date, we're going to be at $700 a day. Well, wouldn't you know it, by the date I said 300, we were at 700, and long before that, we hit 300 because we put in the effort and we had a goal, and we beat all those goals.
Yeah, I mean, $300 a day actually comes over multiple weeks. So the content is drip fed to you.
Sure.
And I wrote the software to say, okay, this is when you created your account. This is when you get this section. Okay. And the reason being is I don't want people to go through the entire course and say, oh, that was interesting. What else should I buy? I want people to go through each section and do the things they're supposed to do. I want people to be successful. People that are successful end up being long-term customers. People that aren't successful just are no good to anybody. So the content is drip fed to you. And I really think like what you need to do is follow each week, go through each step, and then move on and build up your business. And if you do that, you have, I mean, I can't legally say you will be successful because that's making a claim about something that I can't possibly know. But if you do that, I do believe you'll be successful. But I will say this, if you buy $300 a day or anything and say, oh, you know what, I'm going to check that out tomorrow, you're never going to get anywhere. You know, or I'll check that out next week. I mean, I was going to, you know, watch this recording that Abby the he made. I was going to watch this video that he made, and he sent me, he did a speech. I was going to watch that 2 months ago. And I said, oh, I'll check it out this weekend. That was 2 months ago.
You know, I've got some tabs on my laptop that have been open for ages for that particular purpose because I'm going to watch that one of these days. So it is. It's all a matter of commitment. It's a matter of jumping in and actually taking the action that you need with the proper steps. So you need to know the proper steps, but you got to take the action on top of that. And that's where, you know, I don't want to say people fail at that because I think they start to do that. But here's the biggest issue. And here's why, and I know this is going to sound crazy. Here's why now is the perfect time to do something like this because we're on pause right now. The economy is on pause. There's a lot of people, if you've got a mortgage or a rent you have to pay, it might be on pause right now. If you don't have to pay your mortgage and your rent, isn't this the perfect time to get a skill that's going to help you to make even more later? And that's the biggest issue we normally run into. I said people start and then they give up. Well, it's not because they're quitters. They give up because they have to pay the mortgage in 5 days, and going and working at McDonald's may not pay much, but at least they can get some money in right now. And so they put aside their dream for the now. This is your opportunity to chase that dream without having to worry as much about the now in some situations. I know other people are in much tougher situations because of that, but a lot of people are in a decent situation because of this. Maybe they're temporarily off work, but they're not having to pay a mortgage. Well, then you better learn something. You better learn it quick, and you better start putting action in.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ray. That's the best thing.
Harsh but true. Harsh but true. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about the actual launch itself. We're recording this on Monday morning, and in 4 minutes it'll be Monday afternoon. But tomorrow, this is going to come out. Is it 10 or 11 o'clock?
So we're going to do a pre-launch webinar at 10. We're going to be going live at 11.
Nice. Okay. That's great. So you want to make sure you...
Holy cow. I've been sitting in this room too much. We're going to do a pre-launch webinar at 9. We're going to go live at 10.
At 9 and 10. Okay. Even better.
Sorry about that.
So there you go. Now, what that means is you need to be able to prepare now. You're going to want to grab the webinar link and jump in on that and then take action afterwards. The webinar, tell us a little bit about the webinar, what people will get by joining that webinar.
So in the webinar, I'm going to do some preliminary training. I'm going to teach people about affiliate marketing, teach people why I like affiliate marketing. Of course, being totally honest, I'm going to show people some of my results, and that's not to brag. That's just so people can see that I'm actually qualified to teach. Because unfortunately, in this space, we see people all over the place saying, I'm so successful, you should buy from me. And they really have no idea what the hell they're talking about. So I do want to take a few minutes to qualify myself and show people that I actually know what I'm talking about. I'm going to teach them some basic internet marketing as well to get them started. And then hopefully if they find that training beneficial and like my style of teaching, maybe they'll continue on and decide to invest in the program. If they don't, that's great. Thanks for coming. And I hope you learned something at least.
Yep. But the bottom line is anybody can do it if you're willing to take the action. And I know, Brett, you have one or probably a couple, and I've got a couple. They're sitting on the shelf over there from JV Zoo, proving that we actually do make sales. So if anybody wants to see it, we got these pretty little glass awards that are sitting on our shelves, and it's definitely something that you can do and you can achieve. And by the way, I don't know if you ever got it, to jump off subject here. When we were at Omar Martin's house back, was it 2 years ago? I know you didn't make it. You were supposed to be there and you didn't show up.
I had a family emergency. I was actually supposed to go and speak, but I had a family emergency.
But JV Zoo was there. They actually gave out T-shirts, and I don't know if you ever got yours, if they mailed it to you, and it had like, the money on the shoulder of how much money you made on the sleeve.
Oh yeah. And on the bottom it said $1 million milestone and $2 million milestone. Yeah. And
I laughed because they gave that to me, and mine said $250,000 milestone, and I'm like, you MFers, I'm past $1 million. What are you talking about? 250,000. Why does mine say 250,000? But
in Dublin, Ireland, we're at a marketing event, and they gave me this little coin. Like it's a JV Zoo hero or something on it. And then we're like drinking at the event, and we went to a strip club, and I think I threw it up on the bar at a strip club. The euros are coins. I'm not used to money being coins. We have $1, so I'm throwing these coins up on her, and I threw the coin up there. So she got a JV euro.
She probably still has it to this day. All right. Well, like we said, tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., you're going to be able to jump in on the webinar, get yourself in there to learn a little bit. At 10 o'clock, you're going to be able to pick up the course, learn all about how to do affiliate marketing. Brett, any last words, upsells, anything like that you want to mention? Feel free to do so, and then we'll get you out of here.
No, I think we covered everything. Like I said, just go ahead and stop by, check it out. If you want to check out the webinar tomorrow, I'm going to be doing some teaching as well. And if this is something, like I said, if you're a guy that wants to press a button and get rich, then no. But if you're somebody that says, look, I've got free time on my hands, I'm stuck, I'm social, distancing, I'm going to use that time to benefit myself, then this could be the ideal thing for you.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in and talking to us about this. And of course, if you're ready to jump in and start making $300 a day, well, it's nice and easy to get started. All you have to do is either show up at 9 o'clock for the webinar, learn a little bit, and then at 10 o'clock, you'll be able to pick up this great course that's going to help you to build $300 a day by building up an audience and learning how to do affiliate marketing. We love affiliate marketing. We've made a lot of money doing affiliate marketing. We still make a lot of money doing affiliate marketing, even in these tough times. So now's the opportunity to do that. So all you have to do is click the link down below. And if you do it right now, it'll take you directly to sign up for the webinar. And then at 10 o'clock, it'll take you directly to the sales page. And of course, we've got some great bonuses to go along with this. So all you have to do is scroll down the page. You'll be able to check out all of those bonuses. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can always reach out to me. In fact, if you look up, you'll even see that I've got my phone number on the page, because I don't mind you calling me. Call me, ask, text me, whatever. Send me a Facebook message, email me. I'll be glad to answer as best I can. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. at the webinar. We hope you're staying safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey, it's Ray again, and thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed this, well, we have an entire channel filled with videos that are going to help you with your video production and marketing. In fact, I've picked out a video right here that you can start watching right away. And if you are just getting started with video marketing, we have an entire starter pack that you can get for free by clicking over here. So we hope you check that out, and we'll see you in the next video.